This is Ginger.
And this is Dee.
And this is
Chat with Chap. Together again.
It's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's a long time. But here we are. It's the second half of August. I don't know where the summer went. I don't know. But we have goals set.
We do.
We have our prayers prayed continually.
Yes. All the time.
And life prepared to homeschool.
Yeah.
So
Thanks to Bonnie. Yay,
yeah.
Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie. So just breathe deep. Do you feel calm and collected?
Hope so. We hope that you do, but if you don't, it's okay. Breathe deep again.
I'm going to do a little deep breathing here. I'm not quite sure if I'm there yet.
It's good. It's good. You got this, Mama. Yeah. You can do this.
Yes, you sure do. And we're going to do some true confessions here. Do you have a subject that intimidates you, that scares you a little bit, scares you silly, something that you feel unqualified to teach?
Oh, we all do.
Yeah, I have quite a few.
No, we all do. Oh, and it could be more than one.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And gaps are okay. So if your kids have gaps, or you have gaps, or there's gaps everywhere, it's okay because God can do awesome things with those gaps.
That's right. That's
awesome
right.
Opportunities.
But what if your gap is in PE, like gym class? It seems so silly that that would be where the gap is. But what if that's where you're struggling?
So don't. Everyone has a weak spot, and if that's your weak spot, it's okay. And some people just do not enjoy gym class.
That's right.
And that is okay.
That's right. So what do, you ask? How do you meet the requirement?
So there's tons of options.
There sure
Actually, there's free, there's paid, there's group, there's individual, whatever. All the at home, not at home.
Yep.
All kinds of ways.
One of the top obvious ways to do it is just to do an organized sport. You can do it through your local rec league or through the school. The public school system has to allow homeschoolers to play on their teams.
Yep. That's right.
Sports like baseball, softball, soccer, tennis, track, lacrosse, football. I have an ice hockey player, so there's all kinds of options out there. Tons of team sports.
So, but what if your kid doesn't like team sports? Because usually all those are team type things. My kids, my older two, they weren't into the team sport thing. So what do you do? Well, we did ice skating lessons, which was actually really cool. So we did that for a while. There's also like gymnastics programs, and you can do the all-out gymnastics where you're there multiple times a week. But what we did is we hooked up with a local community rec league. So ours is called Gears. It's like Greater Elizabethtown Area Recreational something or other. And they had a little gym class, and it was like twice a week. It was for an hour, and they taught basics of tumbling and stuff, and it was great. The guys loved it. They went, they got to do their thing. It wasn't the big, huge commitment with a lot of money, and it was a really nice thing. So you want to be checking out that community rec league thing to see what they have. And they have stuff like dance, just getting kids moving and stuff like that. And then they also have team sports.
Yeah,
they do have team sports.
They do. They have a little less commitment than sometimes doing it through the school.
Exactly.
The school
it's
gets
just a few days a week instead of every day.
Yes. But it's not necessary to do an organized activity and still meet your PE requirement.
Yeah.
You can meet that requirement at home. You can do it very easily. Take walks, ride bike, go swimming, family hikes. Anything where you're moving and active.
Yeah.
It
counts. It counts. Anything in
yes.
your backyard, if you got volleyball, badminton, trampoline, a swing set, if you like kids that just like to run around the yard chasing fireflies, they're running around doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Anything where you're moving is counting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or if you're really ambitious, you could set up your own workout with basic things like jumping jacks, mountain climbers, crunches, stretches. It's the
Presidential fitness program.
Yeah, you can Google presidential fitness program, and it will give you a list of things you can do.
Yeah. So that's really good. And that's basic stuff, and you don't need equipment for all those things, which is great. So, and your PE, it can be an individual thing. Okay, go work on this, or it could be the family going out together. It could be with peer groups, which is like teams and stuff like that. Or it can be free. It could be at home. It can be away. It can be paid. I mean, gym class, there's so many different options. So one of the things that we used to do too is we have this little CD, and it has songs that, like the Charlie Brown song and I don't know, At the Hop, all those types of things. And there's this guy over the top who says, step right and clap, step left and clap.
Oh,
and actually sometimes you're like, so we did little dance routines at home. Yeah, it was fun.
The other thing that we did, I did have a lot of children who played sports, very outdoors outdoorsy children. I have more trouble reining them in sometimes. But our co-op also offered a gym class, especially the elementary ages. They got older, they didn't, but all through elementary, our co-op offered a weekly gym class, so it was just a no-brainer. They were in that. I didn't think about it then.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've done too with co-op is we like set up a little gym class at Spooky Nook, which is a sports complex near us. And then the people there provide us with like this little gym class thing when they get to learn different sports. So
so check out things like that in your area.
And you can organize
rec
you
centers.
can be an organize something, like you mean an organizer for something like that.
Yeah,
so.
you could bring together some homeschooling friends and
have someone do a gym class for you. So it's really cool. So I personally always picked organized things because for me it was always really helpful to have it on the calendar and be like, this is our appointment, we have to be there, because otherwise I kind of would forget to make sure people did it. So it was very helpful. So, and the recess breaks too. If you're like working with them and they're just like, and you're like, go run, go do something, go have recess, go run up and down the stairs 10 times. I've done that. I have so done that. You need to run up and down the stairs 10 times. Mom, go do it. So there's your little PE going on and they get their little break. So all those things happen. That's all PE.
That sure is. It for sure is. So you got this, Mom. You can do this homeschool thing.
You can do this. You can. You are prepared and you are ready to go.
And never forget, you're not walking this journey alone.
You are totally not walking this journey alone because Jesus is walking it right there with you.
That's right.
Every moment.
That is right. So believe it. Just believe it. You're not doing this alone and you have what it takes. So that wraps up another Chattin' with Chap. Next week, we're going to talk about our messy houses. I'm an expert in this area. So next week I'll be coming to you as an expert in the messy house area.
So we're just going to talk a little bit about why on earth your house is like it is when you're homeschooling. Like, what is that about? So, and we'll talk about it a little bit. It'll be good. It's good. It's another one of those, it's okay.
I'm not the only one.
Exactly. And you're not.
You
the
sure
only one. Someone just asked me the other day on Sunday, he said, so when do I get to reclaim my living room? And like, he's got little ones. Like, I don't even think they're even in school yet. Right? He has like 2 or 3 kids. And I was like, I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Like, I have a 17-year-old. I mean, my youngest is still 4, but you know, it's kind of like whatever. Reclaiming the living room.
And I'm actually my house is still messy, but I was able to reclaim my living room because my youngest is 15 and a half. So they're able to keep their things out of the living room a little more. So there is light at the end of the tunnel.
It does happen.
Well, it was good to be back together.
It was. Very good.
Well, this has been Chattin' with Chap. We'll see you next week.
See you later.